Isn't there anything more we can do for him?
Well, he's pretty comfortable now.
No, I mean, I've read about new treatments, new drugs. This Dr. Berman, I mean, does he really know what he's talking about?
You know, his T-cell count is so low that no Dr. Berman or anybody else can really save him. So he's come home to die.
Tonight, we are celebrating the 20th anniversary of when In the Gloaming was made.
I didn't ever think I wanted to be in television when I was growing up, because there was no one like me on television. There were no gay people on television.
If you were doing anything in healthcare, you couldn't help but get swept up in this tidal wave.
When I told my mom that I was HIV positive, it was 1991.
You know, as you think back, and look at that epidemic, right? In some respects, so much has changed, and yet in other respects, so much remains the same.
I had lived through the AIDS crisis, and I was a survivor. There's something strangely fated about the fact that I was given the opportunity to write this beautiful adaptation.
I will tell you that with that terrific success of bringing down the number of new infections by 30%, there's one population during that time in which you've seen a 132% increase, and that's young men who have sex with men. Young men who are 16 to 24, and in particular young men of color.
You know, there's a lot of people that feel, and for a while I even felt this way, that, you know, my generation and that millennials and the digital generation under me are complacent when it comes to this. And for a while I believed that, but I've been proven wrong so many times by my peers that a lot of the time it's just how you present the information to us.
And even with something like the pre-exposure prophylaxis or PrEP, you can, with condoms, 100% protection. Without condoms, probably 95% protection. So it's a very, very powerful weapon. But those at greatest risk, they might know about it, but less than 10% have ever used it.
The only 2 times that PrEP has been mentioned on television were the two shows we showed, Looking, which was cable, so that was HBO, and the only time it's ever been mentioned on primetime or network television at all was that episode of How to Get Away with Murder.
Ultimately, what we do as storytellers is we need to tell true stories. And when there is any sort of pressure on us to color it up nice and neat so that we're not looking at our internalized homophobia and we're not looking at the parts of being gay that are still hard, it doesn't do us a service. The more we romanticize the progress that we've made, it doesn't do a service if we're not telling stories about gay people that are struggling.